So you remember the other day I was talking about showing them the buck rag and bringing them back where I got them to be bred. I've changed my mind. Originally I was going to wait till next spring to get a little buck on here on the homestead, and my plan is to get a Nigerian dwarf buck and breed for mini Nubians. That's been my plan all along. But for this year, I was just going to bring them over to where they came from and get them bred. But I've decided against that for a lot of different reasons, which I'll talk about later. Hi, Violet. Hello. Waiting for your hay. So today is one of those kind of bittersweet days on the farm when you raise your own meat. Eventually it becomes time for those animals to become food. They are treated well here. They've had time outside and they've had some litters, and these girls have done a great job being moms. But it is time for them to visit freezer camp. They're older, so they'll be a little tougher, but we firmly believe that if you are raising animals for the purpose of meat, that their lives should not be wasted at all. And by cooking in the pressure cooker and stuff, it'll be tender enough. But we need this space. We got these Californians and California New Zealand mixes this spring for the purpose of breeding them. And I did get a litter of the giant chinchilla with the California mix, which is something that I wanted to do. You know, I'm not breeding for pedigrees here. I'm breeding for meat. And, you know, people can buy them for pets while they're available until that time, but that is their main purpose here. So it's a bittersweet day. This is their last day on the farm. And then we're going to bring up the rabbits that have been out in the tractor. And one of the girls from Violet's litter will be staying here. And Buster, our New Zealand giant chinchilla cross, is going to be up here. And then we're going to keep one of these pens for the grow-out pen because the tractor that we have is just too heavy, too cumbersome, it's not easy to move, and it's getting old. So I don't want to use it anymore for raising rabbits in. And in the spring we'll be building some new tractors. And then we'll be able to have another breeding rabbit up here in the rabbit shed. Today is the big day. We're going to go and pick up our little buck, and it's also the day that we bring the rabbits to be processed, which is bittersweet. But the buck is exciting, so we're going to stay positive. So this is an old dog kennel that we keep around for bringing animals to the place to be processed. It's one that we can put in the back of the SUV if we don't have enough going on to hook up the trailer. And where the buck is a Nigerian dwarf, it'd be a lot simpler to just put him in here. But first we're going to put the rabbits in it and bring them and drop them off. But I got to clean it up because it's been sitting around for a little over a year. And it's time for it to be cleaned up so we can use it today. Turn it on. There. I'll let that dry out while I get some breakfast, then we'll fill it up with hay and get going. I forgot to mention these, I don't remember what they used to call them, pocket hoses, but these are the, this is a better one. It's more reinforced with steel and it doesn't all bunch up, but it is nice and flexible and easy to carry around. And it's the perfect hose to keep by the spigot for winter and the days that we're able to use the spigot because it's not frozen. We can use this for things like cleaning out the kennel. Okay. Probably bought some feed. I'm gonna go run and get that forage. Hey, Bunny. Hey. Come on. Come in here. Come on. Stop. I want to sex this one. If the silver one is not a girl, we'll keep the black one. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on. I might have to go get some grain. Come on, Bunny. Come on. Come on, sweetheart. Yeah, come on. Right. Alright, so we're heading off to bring the rabbits to the butcher. We're bringing Butters home! Hi! He's like, huh? Alright, turn it up.
One happy woman right here.
So Butters is home. He's checking out his new area. And he's already been over and seen the ladies over there. They're very quiet and very interested in what he's doing here. And what do you think? Huh, Fern? Pixie? Oh, they're like, oh no. It's okay, Butters. Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
What do you think, Butters?
He's all fluffed.
He is.
That and see what he's doing?
Ew.
That's what they do.
It's like he's making kissy faces at
Yeah,
him.
yeah. They court each other, they do. He'll court them, huh? Yeah.
Here's some of my stinky scent.
He must have rubbed up against that stick, see, Fern?
Yeah.
She's like, huh.
Her hair's all standing up too.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just gonna go back in here. Check this stuff out. What do you think, girls?
They're so funny in their unit moving.
They are. haven't checked their udders today. They're starting to reabsorb the milk.
Yeah.
They still look a little uncomfortable though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fern or Pixie looks a little full there.
Yeah. Well, it's only been since Sunday.
Right.
I thought about milking them every other day for a few days, and then I decided it'd probably be best to just get it over with. Look at him. He's like, come on, come in.
It's cold out there.
He always looks like he's smiling.
He does.
Oh, Fern, you're so shaky. It's okay. It's okay, honey. She does. She shakes when she gets excited or nervous. Look at the rooster. He's like, what are you guys freaking out about?
Right.
Look at the ducks over there. Everybody's like, I'm checking out this new guy, man. It's okay, Butters. What do you think, Fern? She's like, I think, why did you put this thing in here?
Doesn't think he should be eating her food.
He is over by the food dishes. I think he might be eating the pumpkin that's in there.
Doesn't care enough about that.
No. They didn't even know what to do with it at first. They're like,
Yeah.
what is this?
I remember I was here the other day and you had the whole pumpkin and
Yeah.
the thing, and then I was like,
I left it there. I never did cut it, and I came
Yeah.
out, I think the next morning, and they had started eating a
Really?
hole in it. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if they'd ever had it before, but they've decided they like it.
Yeah.
They've pretty much demolished it. Look. They're getting closer.
They are.
He's like, come on, ladies. Come on.
I'm not so bad.
So yeah, I just want to, snuggle up. Hi, Butters.
He's so cute.
I know.
Oh.
So it's been a few weeks since we got Butters, and I have noticed that Pixie is showing signs of going back into heat, which is what I've been waiting for, because he is a little shorter, so I'm going to assist him and make sure he gets a chance to breed her. And of course, when Fern shows signs, she can also have the same assistance, because he is a little guy, but this is what you got to do if you want to breed for mini Nubians. Yeah, I was talking a little bit ago about how I was going to bring them back to their original breeder, where I bought them from, and breed them with other Nubians for this year, because I wasn't really ready to pick up a little buck. But I still work part-time, and I watch my granddaughter, and I have a lot going on, basically. And I found it a real challenge to try to get her over there when I noticed her in heat. By the time I was able to take her over, she was showing signs of no longer being in heat. So in order for me to really do what I want to do here, I decided it was in my best interest to go ahead and buy my little Nigerian buck that I was going to do in the spring when I had his own pen set up for him. I decided to do that, and I figured, well, once they're bred, it's not really a big deal if he's in here with them until springtime, and in the meantime, we'll work on his pen, in March.